Yes, yes, 1000 times yes. And I'm going to explain why I think this is her best album to date. I'm your host, Seb, and if you enjoy this video or become a Madison Beer listener, please feel free to leave a like and comment down below. But let's go ahead and jump into this review. Madison Beer's newest album, Locket, came out on Friday, and it has 11 songs, with 2 of them being released as singles beforehand: Make You Mine and Bittersweet. I only knew of Make You Mine. I did not have the ball knowledge of Bittersweet coming out beforehand, and I just found that out today. I'm a little bit behind to the release of the album, like I mentioned already, but I wanted to go ahead and give my honest review on it. I've listened to it 3 times today, and I think it's great. And a lot of people didn't like Madison Beer just because when she first started out, a lot of people thought that she gained her popularity because of her looks. And maybe that's fair to say, maybe that's not fair to say. Now, I agree, I think she's pretty, but I'm going to try to give an honest review and an unbiased take, because I actually think that her music nowadays is a lot better than what her music used to be. I think she had a couple of good songs here and there back then, but this album is up to my standards. So first off, I want to talk about the things that I didn't enjoy about the album. And number one, it's got to be the lack of songs. I mean, it's been a few years since she last released her old album. I think it was back in 2024 when she did her last one. And 2 of the songs had already released beforehand. So really, she only gave us 9 new songs in this album, which, I mean, is still a generous amount. I mean, I don't know what it takes to make a song, but 11 songs isn't bad. I just wish that we had a little bit more content. The other thing that I didn't really enjoy about the album is that it didn't feel like there were any outright happy songs or any outright sad songs. And that's just more of a personal thing on me, because I really like the upbeat, super happy music. And I also really like the downbeat, super dramatic, crying in your bedroom at night music. And it sucks that there wasn't one that felt like that, in my opinion, either way. It was just a lot of like in between, in the middle songs with good storytelling, good pacing. But with that out of the way, now I want to talk about the good things about the album. First off, I want to say that I thought the songs had pretty well written lyrics. All of them had a good story to tell, and even the ones that didn't have a super huge focus on the story just felt like they had pretty well written lyrics. None of them activated my cringe radar, which I think is a great thing. Shout out Taylor Swift. But all of the songs were pretty catchy. I also really enjoyed that they all felt like classic Madison Beer songs. I know she likes to tap into a little bit of like electronic. And I was talking to my friend earlier today, and I said maybe she could be like EDM, but I think that might be a little bit too crazy of a category for her, because that's more thinking about like Marshmello, and I don't think she's on that level just yet. But she definitely likes to use some electronic elements, and I think she did a really good job of tapping into that. All of her songs felt like what I would think of when I hear Madison Beer. Some of her older albums didn't really have that identity, with some of them balancing the electronic elements and some of them just not really tapping into it. But I think she did a really great job of realizing that this is what she wants in her music and actually adding it. Contrary to what I said earlier, I do enjoy that it's a lot of middle ground music, because while you can't really have one that's super dramatic or super emotional in a happy or sad way, you can have a lot of in between where it's really relatable and you can listen to it at all points of the day. You know, you're not just blasting it in the morning when you're driving to work, but you're also not just turning it on, speeding down a country road, and windows down, full blast. So I think that's really great as well. Now for the best part, I'm going to be ranking the top 4 songs of the album. Coming in at number 4 is Nothing at All. I really like the pessimistic lyrics that it has. It's more of a not really looking forward to anything, and almost kind of like a place that you'd be in if you were having a little bit of mental health problems. And while I'm not at that moment in my life, I've definitely could have been in spots where I related to this song. And I think it's a solid number 4 choice of the album. Next up at number 3 is going to be Make You Mine. And I think this is a classic Madison Beer song. I think this is one of those songs that she should want people to think of when they say Madison Beer, because it's got all those elements that you like. It's got her it's got her vocals as well. And it all matches up into his catchy beat. It was super popular on the radio just a few months ago. And I think this is definitely one of those like sleeper pick songs. I can't rank it any higher though, just because I think the next 2 are levels beyond, but this is a great Madison Beer song nonetheless. Taking Silver at number 2 is Angel Wings. And now this one is the first one where the story really related to me, because it's talking about an ex-relationship of hers and saying how horrible it was at the time, but how it's easier for her to move on now, remembering it for the good time, remembering them as having angel wings instead of trying to remember all of the things that they did wrong. I truly like the story and the lyrics, and I think the beats are catchy. My only complaint with the song is the transition at the end, because I don't know if I really like how it changes. It's still a great pick at number two. Now, the best song on the album has got to be Bittersweet. I think it's a solid number one, and I might even say it's not even close. Maybe that's not fair, but I think it is. It's the one I related to the most, and it's because the lyrics reminded me of a not so great moment in my life where it was talking about how she was in a really bad situation and how now the other person blames her for how it turned out when it's really not the case. And she's happy that she took a step back to focus on herself and become a better person, but it's bittersweet remembering all of those memories because some of them were good and some of them were bad. And that is something that I can relate to very well because I've had a similar incident in my life. And while I'm not angry and I'm not hurt by it anymore, it's still bittersweet to remember all of the good and all of the bad and how it coincided together. The message from the song is just above the rest for me. And so I think I just have to put it at number one. Plus, come on, the beat is amazing. So that's my quick, honest review of the album. I definitely recommend going and giving it a listen to. I think you guys will enjoy it, and maybe you guys' top four are the same as mine. Maybe your top two are the same. I hope your number one is the same, because if you're going to tell me that there's another song that's better than Bittersweet, then you got to come prepared. But anyways, I appreciate you all listening. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.